Hey everyone, welcome back to the Art Study Hub. Today, we're diving into a question that affects every nation and every citizen. What is the Constitution? Where did it come from? And why does it matter to us today? Think of the Constitution as the instruction manual of a nation. Without it, leaders could do whatever they want, and society would fall into chaos. But with it, power is limited, rights are protected, and order is established. Let's break it down step by step so you'll never forget what the Constitution really means. What is a constitution? At its core, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. It defines how a government is structured, shares power between branches, sets limits on leaders, and guarantees the rights of citizens. In simple terms, it tells us who has power, how they can use it, and how you are protected from abuse of that power. The history of constitutions. Constitutions didn't just appear overnight. Let's trace the roots. Ancient times, Greek city-states and Roman law had unwritten principles guiding power. 1215, Magna Carta, English barons forced King John to accept limits on his authority. This was the first real step toward constitutionalism. 1787, the U.S. Constitution, the first modern written constitution. It inspired nations around the world. Modern spread. Today, almost every country has a constitution, either written, like the US or Nigeria, or unwritten customary, like the UK. Founders and great thinkers. The Constitution is not just a document, it's the product of brilliant minds. John Locke introduced the idea of natural rights, life, liberty, property. Montesquieu gave us separation of powers, legislature, executive, judiciary. Jean-Jacques Rousseau spoke about the general will and social contract. James Madison and U.S. framers drafted the U.S. Constitution, the model for modern democracies. In Africa, countries like Nigeria developed their constitutions gradually through colonial charters and independence-era drafts. 1922, Clifford; 1946, Richards; 1951, Macpherson; 1954, Littleton; 1960, Independence; and the 1999 Constitution still in use. The Constitution in theory versus practice. On paper, the Constitution is powerful, but does it always work that way? Let's compare. Theory. The Constitution guarantees equality, rights, and limits on power. Practice. In some nations, leaders respect it. In others, they twist or ignore it. Example. The U.S. Constitution has survived over 200 years with strong institutions. Contrast. Some countries experience military coups or corrupt governments that suspend or violate the Constitution. In Nigeria, for instance, the 1999 Constitution is still debated. Many argue it needs reforms to truly reflect the people's will. How the Constitution shapes our world today. Even if you don't study political science, the Constitution shapes your life daily. It decides your rights, freedom of speech, movement, and education. It defines how leaders are elected and removed. It determines how laws are made and how justice is served. It ensures no one is above the law, at least in theory. So whether it's your right to vote, your protection from unfair arrest, or your freedom to practice your faith, that's the Constitution at work. Conclusion. The Constitution is not just a dusty document, it's the living backbone of society. It protects us, limits leaders, and provides order. But here's the big question. Does your country actually follow its Constitution, or is it just words on paper? Drop your answer in the comments. We'd love to hear your take. If you found this video helpful, like, share, and subscribe to the Art Study Hub. And don't forget to hit the bell so you won't miss the next lesson. Coming up next, types of constitutions, written versus unwritten, flexible versus rigid, and how they shape nations. That video will open your eyes to how different countries design their laws and why some succeed while others struggle. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching the Art Study Hub.